You know, Oshinoko, you got to give me some forewarning because you are giving me whiplash, right? Because episode 5 we had Payan, and then the next episode we have Akane jumping off a bridge. I feel like this is a common theme with this stupid show. It lulls you into a sense of security, being like, oh, this is a family friendly, just happy show, right? With all the saturations and colors and bubbly characters like I and Ruby, and then it just straight hits you in the face with murder and attempted suicide. Okay, so I hope this episode comes directly after the last episode, and we find a way to help Akane because she needs it. And then after all that is quelled down, then Strawberry Productions can hire her, get her off of that stupid company, and bring her into this whole happy-go-lucky family. All right, so that's the plan. Let's execute it. All right, so without further ado, let's get straight on into it. Make sure the original content, as always. Let's get going in 3, 2, 1, and go. All right. Are we prepared? I like to think we're more prepared than we were last episode. The stinging intro. Gosh. The fact that she committed, like she wasn't even hesitating. She was fully off.
No, let go of me! No!
Knock her out.
Calm down! I'm not your enemy. Please just calm down.
You're damn right.
Mem said that you went out in the typhoon but still hadn't come back. She's been looking everywhere for you.
Memco.
You're a fool.
In the nicest way possible.
Hey, you two! What's going on? It's dangerous out here.
Akane Kurakawa. She's really getting roasted. Well,
Yeah.
it's no wonder given what she did. The mental state of a teenage girl who lacks any tolerance for it has been exposed to a barrage of abuse for the first time. Something you can't even imagine.
Though reality shows are popular all over, nearly 50 people from them have taken their own lives over the last few years they've been on air.
Goodness.
It's such an issue that some countries have laws requiring counseling for cast members.
Really?
Reality shows are programs in which you bare your soul. It's not the show that gets lambasted in the end, but you yourself. And it cuts deep. It's not as bad if you're playing a character to some degree. But the more you put your real self out
Yeah,
there,
but
the
like,
greater the toll it takes. Social
the
media
viewers
puts the
won't know it's
bad-mouthing
an
of
act.
celebs on public display.
I wonder if my big brother is being careful.
Being careful doesn't do any good.
He doesn't care what anyone thinks, so he should be fine.
But it has been said that everyone has their idiosyncrasies, right?
For those who don't know what that word means, can you please explain it?
Yes? Really? Okay, I'll be right there.
Darn tootin'.
Aqua has gotten into some kind of trouble with the police, apparently.
Gosh.
My daughter told me not to watch her show, so I didn't.
I prepared myself for the worst when they called me over. But you did well, Aqua. I'm proud of you.
Thanks, Mom.
I'll charge Akane for the taxi fare later.
Stingy, aren't you?
Yeah, stop trying to be stupid. That's a wake-up call.
You can always talk to me.
Sorry.
How do you want to proceed?
How do I?
I'm
Why you gotta say it like
stepping
that?
down from the show is an option.
No, don't do it.
But she's under contract.
I've worked so hard all this time, so I can become a famous actress and keep performing.
So you guys need
Everyone
to
helped me so much along the way, but things have turned out like
everyone
this.
bound together and make her the star.
I don't want to quit like this.
Understood.
So cold.
I think we can all work together and see the show through to the end.
Yes.
No matter what people say. The current situation leaves me feeling sick.
How you gonna change
Production
it?
staff who fan the flames.
Yeah.
And netizens who say whatever the hell they
Freaking hate
please.
them.
The various news outlets have reporters standing by 24/7 to receive the latest developments.
Oh gosh.
And now the true reality show begins.
Oh gosh.
The news of Akane's suicide attempt made the rounds.
Okay.
It sparked a variety of
Let's
controversy.
start calling it as soon as
Naturally,
possible.
some people backed off.
Person.
But with the fresh
Yeah.
kindling, the smears also accelerated.
I really don't think this is a good way to counter the storm of criticism. After all, Akane's appearance on the show has
Someone get some lights in her room.
What? So you want to collect photos and videos of the whole cast? I don't have all
Why?
that many, okay? Maybe 100 or so.
Sounds like a whole lot to me. The editing portrays an intention to paint Akane as a villain to make the show entertaining.
Are you gonna edit? You're gonna edit your own show?
You want to make love now, as seen from our point of view, to see the truth about Akane.
Nice, nice.
Did you
Do
get
it.
an idea from someone? Give me the file once you're finished. I'll upload it.
Well, I can do that myself.
Do you know what day of the week and time to upload? When to get the most reposts?
Nope. He knows no analytics.
In that case, I'll provide the music.
You can do that kind of
Oh,
thing?
we're teaming up.
Hey, you know I'm a label-signed pro who makes a living with my music, right?
We should include that one scene.
Which scene?
You know, that one where after Akane slaps me, I go over to her and forgive her with a tender hug.
Of course.
Ah. Oh, but wait, the cameras weren't rolling, were they?
You're
I think they
so
were.
naive. I did my best to position myself so that it'd look good on camera.
Talk about ruining the moment, Yuki.
I mean, anything that could help, I guess.
Well, yeah. I mean, we do have it. But releasing the raw footage is prohibited. There's no way I can give it to you.
After all, if it surfaced, it would be akin to admitting you painted certain cast members as villains with your directing. With all the attention this is getting, doing something like that could cause the bashing of Akane to be directed at the show instead.
We didn't force Akane to do anything. It was her own choice, and our staging is just meant to make things easy to understand.
Whatever makes you sleep at night. But you better sleep with one eye open.
What adult chooses to not protect a kid?
You make a good point.
Are you convincing him?
No, that's not right. You see, if that part's longer, it'll come across like an amateur.
No, they're backseat driving.
Look, director, the video is done encoding. We're gonna post it.
What room are they in?
Damn. You've got a high
The Memcos?
PC there.
If we get around 100 reposts in the first minute, I think it'll generate considerable buzz.
Well, we did everything we could.
What did you do?
It's time for a showdown!
And yet you're the one who did the least, Nobu.
He acts like he's the leader.
Are we looking at the 32? I think we're looking at the 32, right? Retreated. Oh, gosh, that's over than 100.
You're strong and kind.
My gosh, someone add some lights.
I can tell you're a hard worker who tries her very best.
The video got 74,000 reposts within the first 24 hours.
Goodness gracious.
At the same time, it transformed Akane's image. It worked to solidify the popularity of Love Now.
Looking forward to the show. Do you guys turn it back quickly? Now
The
it's time to
storm of
present.
online criticism resolved to a fair degree. I say to a fair degree because online criticism never fully resolves.
No, there's always that person that wants to be different.
I'll be at the next filming session.
I'm so
Heck yeah.
glad.
But there's no need to force yourself, okay?
From now on, Akane, it might be best if you play a character to some degree. After all, it hurts a lot more if
But it
it's
can't
the
be
real you that gets
completely
bashed.
180 from what you did
Memcho's
before.
right. If you put on some kind of act, the role will become your armor.
The act you put on is several layers deep, isn't it? I wish you'd show us your heart of hearts a bit more, though.
I'd rather not.
Well, I am good at acting after all. I'll give it a shot.
Well, confidence. Starting to see some confidence.
What role should I play exactly?
Hey, Aqua, what kind of girls are your type?
Why me?
Because you're
Oh.
the only guy who's around.
Pop star.
Come on, tell us all about your ideal girl, Aqua.
A girl with a pretty face.
Ugh, you're the worst.
The embodiment of being all about looks.
She has a smile like the sun. Her speech and behavior are all conquering.
Someone like I from Bikomachi?
Oh, I? You
Yeah.
mean that idol who died some years back?
Yeah, her. It's all about looks.
No, she was a great person, okay? Great mom.
I can do that.
That's right, go for it.
Make them fall for you.
Yeah, you heard her.
No one can imitate I.
As for distinguishing traits, sure enough, it's those eyes. Do they come from her self-confidence? Seems she didn't have many close friends.
You know what?
But
I gotta
bet
give her
she has
props.
some
She does
relationship with guys.
her research.
There's some kind of bias in the way she feels affected.
Is she gonna
An
learn
obsession with secrecy and a need for exposure.
the
A
truth
perfectionist
right
in
now?
contrast to her sensational behavior. Moderate when it comes to money, somewhat indifferent when it comes to fashion. Good
What's the
eyesight,
sound going on?
sense of hearing and smell. Signs of a developmental disorder, unbalanced in a way characteristic of a kid who had sex during puberty.
Oh my gosh. This woman's amazing.
Her self-destructive behavior showed improvement around the age of 15.
If she doesn't become an actress, she can be a crime scene investigator.
I wonder if she met someone special.
Things got tough, huh?
Sign her,
alright?
sign her up.
Yeah, she's managed to recover.
I see.
That gave me goosebumps.
She should have just retired from acting altogether.
Now listen here.
Well, as someone who's the same age and in the same profession,
Huh?
she's a thorn in my side is all I'm saying. Then again,
Sign her up.
you never were interested
Competition's
in theater.
good.
You only do screen acting. Akane Kurakawa of theater company La La Lai is famous as a gifted performer in the theatrical world.
Really? I didn't know she had, like, accolades.
Good morning. I'm terribly sorry for all the trouble I've caused you all.
All right, everybody, please stand by.
Oh gosh, she's gonna do amazing. I hope she does amazing.
Yeah, that's right, Aqua.
Oh, chills.
Oh, are the cameras rolling?
Oh my goodness gracious. I am a wreck. Okay, so when she was walking down the street, right? Walking down the street, she was saying her idea was, okay, if I act like his ideal girl, would that make him happy? Now, I was on the edge with that idea because, like, on one end, you could be like, yeah, it would make him happy because he gets to, obviously that's his ideal girl, right? If you check mark all the boxes, logically you would think, oh, he's gonna like it. But on the other hand, if it's obvious that you're imitating something, it could be also perceived negatively, especially when it came to his view on I. Like the person she was trying to be wasn't a stereotypical type person. It was a specific type person. So if she tried to act like I and was like short of it or failed to imitate it, he could look at it, I wouldn't say in a way of like mocking I, because he knows she wouldn't try to mock her, but there would be some sort of feeling like, oh, you're trying to be like I, but you're not. And that idea could make him not like it, you know? But goodness gracious, Akane. Like, okay, I knew in the last episode, I knew she was good at taking notes and I guess using them to better her acting abilities, right? This was a whole new level. And it was interesting because prior to like the final 5 minutes of this episode, I didn't think Akane had a big amount of accomplishments, a big amount of abilities. Like I just thought of her as a young up and coming actress. She hasn't had that much experience, right? She's naive. She just takes everyone's ideas and tries to go with it. But the last 5 minutes, we were told that she was very popular in the theatrical side of acting. So she has a lot of experience. And on top of that, her research goes hard. The fact that she was doing all of this and she basically came up with a great conclusion on I is remarkable. It's so interesting because I would love for this to be how Aqua finds finds out who his dad is. Like I can just see a scene of him coming into this room, seeing all this paper, him thinking it's weird at first, but coming to the conclusion that she probably knows more than he does at this point. I don't think it's ever going to happen though, unfortunately. But the fact that she came up with all this in what feels like a day of research is crazy. And it's like she's a different person. It's crazy. The only problem I have with this is if you are a viewer and you see that a person acts completely different from the character they've portrayed the prior 3/4 of the show, it would be hard for me to think that the character they're acting right now is their true character. And I would just see them as fake, you know? So it's hard because I haven't watched that many reality TV shows. So I don't know exactly how a regular viewer would act this way or would act. I can see her being well received because of her acting like I. But I don't know how many people are going to look at this and be like, okay, which part of Akane is the real person? Was it the person she was acting the first 8 episodes, or is it the person that she's acting right now? But goodness, this is going to throw Aqua for a loop. And I love seeing things like this, where Aqua has a time to finally act his age, in a sense. Because even though this man is in a 17-year-old body, even though he's however years old, right, mentally, a lot of the time he acts as though he's that 40, 50-year-old person because he's by himself. He doesn't really need to act. Or when he is with someone, it's usually his sister or the guardian. But like with this group of characters, he's able to get a sense of camaraderie that I don't think he's experienced, and helps him kind of be like, hey, you gotta act like a kid sometime. I don't think he's ever gonna take it to heart. I don't think he's ever gonna be like, oh my gosh, it all makes sense. I should be a kid. But there's moments like this of where he could probably take a break from being an adult. And the thing that Memcho was talking about when it comes to the public opinions about certain people is completely true. Like when it comes to the internet in its entirely, like maybe 5-10% of people are actually the people who comment things. And the general consensus of people are not really on the full sides of the spectrum. They're usually in the middle. They don't really know what to think. And it's not until they get a exact truth that they're like, oh, maybe we should think this way. So the people who are super supporters of Akane and the people who are super doubters of Akane were the people who comment. But it wasn't until they posted that video that the majority of the people who were in the gray area now were given some sort of confidence to be like, oh, liking Akane is the popular opinion. And of course, like Aqua said, that there's always going to be people who don't change their opinion or do change their opinion to be the 5%, because it always feels good for those people to be the 5%. But I think with that video, Akane is given a new confidence, or at least enough to where now she's coming back. And I think this conversation between Kana and Aqua is going to lead Aqua to want to sign Akane, because I feel like he notices that competition breeds excellence. Is that the right way of saying things? So having 2 actresses who are kind of rivals would make them want to keep on one-upping each other. It's the same kind of idea that had like Naruto and Sasuke, Deku and Bakugo. You know, the rivalry that the 2 characters use to continuously want to get better. I feel like that's going to... Aqua's trying to get that to happen. And the fact that Akane can now act like I feel like would be great for the pop group. Anyways, that was my reaction to Oshi no Ko Season 1, Episode 7. If you like my reaction, make sure to like and subscribe. If you guys want me to know anything more, put a comment section down below. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.